Thank you and thank you. How about that, huh? Haven't told one joke and I'm rolling already.
Oh, yes. It's that time. PoGokeRo Pirate Broadcast. Today's amazing episode is courtship. Oh, there I am. Hey, what's up? What's up, America? Welcome. Here, can you see? There we go. Welcome. I am in, it's like afternoon, right? It's like 7 o'clock. I've had a glass of wine. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling a little bit drunk, alright? Like, I have an empty stomach, mostly empty stomach, and I drink a glass of wine. I'm like, ooh. I'm a lightweight. I don't really drink alcohol, so yeah, here I am at my base. This design is by Old Guy. This iron farm is by Old Guy. And man, I heard today Old Guy is bowing out for some time being. He's taking a break. And that makes me sad, because dude, Old Guy has got some good content. That guy, Old Guy, he's the one who like figured out all the villager mechanics. He's the one who designed this iron farm for the beta. And you know, this is like the best iron farm. If you need an iron farm for Bedrock, you go look at Old Guy. He's the man with the stuff. But Old Guy is taking a break, so I'm like, all right, I respect that. Okay, but then I found out Navy Nexus, the guy who designed this amazing gold farm, like, he's taking a break too. And I'm like, damn, that's a lot of people taking a break. A lot of good people from Minecraft Bedrock taking a break. So, alright guys, enjoy your well-earned rest. Meanwhile, here I am, I'm at my base. What I did is I hooked up this item sorter that Navy Nexus designed. And I hooked up, this is hilarious. So these zombies, if I'm not near them and they like forget me, they just forget me, what they'll do is they'll sense the villagers up there, and they can't get there. So instead, the zombies just stand there with their heads looking straight up, like dummies. They don't burn because they're under the shade, but they're stupid. They just stand there, and they can't get to the, like, they just stand there hungering. Alright, zombie. Okay. And then yeah, this here is my elevator to my mine. The mine I was making over here. And you can see I've been at work. I've been digging out chunks of the mine. You know, and then feeding this into this, and this is sending it up to the item sorter up top. So yeah, that's what I've been doing in Minecraft. What's been going on in real life? That's the interesting thing. That is what drives me to do this show today. I mean, Minecraft is great and all. You're like, woo, Minecraft, but they haven't updated it in forever, dude. I need new content. I was kind of sick of this shit. But that's a whole other issue, right? Minecraft, it's a video game. Like, who cares? The big issue is that we're Americans. Like, at least I think most of the people watching this are American, probably. And the big deal that's happening to Americans right now is coronavirus. Coronavirus is wrecking our country. And you say, well, what do you mean coronavirus wrecking your country? I mean, coronavirus is wrecking my country. I mean, people are dying. Like, I think just today, 25,000 or 2,500 people died of coronavirus. Just today. And 30,000 people, new infections of coronavirus. Today is what? April 15th. Holy crap. This disease is going nuts. And the sad thing is that this whole thing was preventable. All these people dying, they didn't need to die. It was because Donald Trump and the Republicans chose to do it this way. Why did Donald Trump and the Republicans choose to do it this way? What are you talking about, PoGokeRo? What do you mean they chose to do it this way? Are you telling me Donald Trump and the Republicans chose to let people die of a disease that they could have prevented? Are you telling me that Donald Trump, the President of the United States, let a disease come into the country and kill thousands of Americans and he doesn't care? Is that what you're telling me? Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. Donald Trump is a mother... Yeah. He because of his cavalier attitude toward the pandemic, people are infected and they're gonna die needlessly. They didn't need to die. If we would have handled this like a responsible country, if we would have handled this like South Korea, we would have had far fewer deaths. I think like 90% fewer deaths. 90% fewer deaths. But no, Donald Trump insisted that we do it this way, that we do it the way where the most Americans die, and that the economy gets shut down the longest time. Donald Trump wants to keep the economy shut down the longest time he can, because I don't know why he wants to do it. I guess because he hates America. I'm pretty sure Donald Trump hates America. That's why he was installed by the Russians to destroy our country. So Donald Trump wants to spread the virus around. And how does Donald Trump spread the virus around? He stops right now because Donald Trump is not a leader. What he's trying to do right now is wreck the United States. So right now, the people who are leading the country are the governors of the states. The governors are the ones who are coming up with plans and who are working together and making cooperation with other states to pool their resources and to share limited resources so that the states with the most need get the help they get, the help they need. If they need it, they get the most help. And if states don't need it, they don't get the help. They can pass it on to those who do need it. Donald Trump is not helping in this regard. Donald Trump is not doing anything. He's actually refusing to lead. He said it's not his responsibility. He passes the buck. He told everyone it's not his responsibility. He let everyone know that the buck doesn't stop with him. He's not responsible. He will not take responsibility for anything. So, on the contrary, what Donald Trump is doing is using the federal government to bid up the price of supplies and take them from other states so that he can allocate those resources to political allies, not to the states that need them, but to the governors who supported Donald Trump's agenda. So Americans will die because Donald Trump didn't feel that their state governor did enough to help Donald Trump. Wow, this sounds a lot like what happened to Ukraine. In fact, it's exactly the same thing that happened to Ukraine. You remember what happened to Ukraine? Let me refresh your memory what happened with Ukraine. So Donald Trump, the United States Congress, so Ukraine is an ally of the United States. Ukraine is the ally of the United States of America. But Donald Trump is an enemy of the United States of America. Donald Trump is working happens when I overclock my computer. Sometimes it's not ready for that. Like I tried overclocking my computer and I can't do it on air. I need to get like a water cooled. And I don't want to pay for a water cooled system. That's just dumb. Like, I'll go buy a new computer before I buy a water cooled system. This is good enough for now. But yeah. So what was I talking about? How Donald Trump failed. How Donald Trump is a failure. Donald Trump, so he's using the federal government to make the situation worse. He's not actually helping anything. He made the military buy a whole bunch of that drug, that malaria drug that he said was gonna cure COVID-19, and it didn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't cure COVID-19 at all. But he wanted to make money from it. That's all he cares about, is making money. And yeah, sure, he'll extort Americans. He has no problem. That's what he did to Ukraine. Okay, that's right. Remember, Donald Trump, United States Congress passed a law to give aid, give money and weapons to Ukraine. Donald Trump intercepted this money and said, "Hey, Ukraine, if you want this money, you need to do something for Donald Trump first. If you want this money from the United States, you have to help Donald Trump first." And Donald Trump told Ukraine, "Yeah, you have to investigate Joe Biden." Or you don't even have to investigate Joe Biden. All you have to do is say you'll investigate Joe Biden. That's all I need from you. That's all I want. And he withheld the aid. He took taxpayer money away from where it was supposed to go, away from Congress, and he took it for himself. And he said, "If you are not going to help Donald Trump, I'm not going to give you this aid from the United States." And then Donald Trump was impeached for this. And the Republican senators said, "Okay, well, we agree that Donald Trump did this, but the senators said, we don't think this is impeachable." So the Republican senators refused to remove Donald Trump because they felt that it was okay for Donald Trump to take money, taxpayer money, and use it for his own good. That the Republican senators said that's okay. All right, that's fine. So that means Donald Trump wasn't removed. This is what he did. The Republican senator said that's what he did, but it's not impeachable. You can't remove a president for stealing taxpayer money. That's money. That taxpayer money is not actually taxpayer money, according to the Republican senators. That money is actually Donald Trump's personal money. He's able to do whatever he wants with that money. So you pay taxes, not to the United States government, but to Donald Trump, because it's Donald Trump's money to do whatever he wants with it. So this is what the Republican senators said. So Donald Trump remained president. And so now that Donald Trump knows, oh, I can extort whoever I want. So now Donald Trump is extorting Americans. You know, that's according to the Republicans, it's okay. Donald Trump can extort people. Donald Trump is above the law, according to the Republican senators. So what Donald Trump is saying is that, hey, governors, if you aren't doing enough, you know, the United States is supposed to help American citizens. So the United States federal government, you know, is going to help is supposed to help the American citizens. But I'm Donald Trump, and I'm going to intercept this taxpayer-funded federal government, and I'm going to hold it for myself. I said, you can't get it. You can't, you know, Donald Trump will not let these Americans have this federal aid unless these governors do something for Donald Trump. It's the same thing he did to Ukraine, but now he's doing it to Americans. So Republican senators are okay with this. You know, Republican senators say, oh yeah, it's okay to kill Americans. You know, to Republican senators, they don't mind that Americans are dying. You know, because you have to, this is where it comes down to. This is the key. Republican senators don't really represent Americans. Republican senators represent Confederates. Nazi Confederates. You remember the Confederacy? Those group of people who didn't abide by the Constitution. They wanted to install their own document and their own form of government, which enshrined slavery and the supremacy of a white man above all else. And yeah, they were okay with killing Americans. Oh, they loved it. Why do you think they attacked Fort Sumter? Because Confederates don't have any value whatsoever for American lives. They will kill Americans. Confederates will kill Americans. So these senators, Republicans is just another way of saying Confederate. Another way of saying Nazi, Republican. So these Nazi, Republican, Confederate senators have no problem killing Americans. It's not their people who are dying. It's just Americans who are dying. So yeah, so these Nazi Confederate senators were okay with Donald Trump betraying an American ally, Ukraine. They're okay with that. Many of these Confederate senators also discounted American intelligence. They said, oh, American intelligence said that Donald Trump conspired to work with Russia to steal the election. And American allies, Holland, England, Australia, they all say that they caught all these Republican operatives working with Russians. But Republican senators, Confederate senators said, oh, but that's okay. The Russians are our friends, these Republicans said. Republicans and Russia have the same enemy. Republicans and Russia, they have the same enemy. Their enemy is the United States, the Constitution. For both Republicans and Russians, the enemy is the United States Constitution. Because remember, Republicans want their Articles of Confederacy. They're Confederates. They'd rather have this Confederate government. So all their actions are to service the Confederacy and to attack the United States. So unfortunately, they have, because Russia helped them, they have control of the federal government right now. Now, I know that there's those people who don't understand, who don't really follow along to what's going on. They don't really know history, and they might contest what I'm saying. But the problem is, they'll contest it, but they have nothing to support their viewpoint of anything. They'll just say, "Oh, I just don't believe it." But who cares what they believe, right? If you can't back it up, it means nothing. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear that what we've got going on in this country is we're going through the fascist coup. We're going through a fascist coup, and we're still suffering from the effects of this coup. And it's a coup. You can't say it's not a coup. I mean, you could, but you'd be wrong. I mean, all the evidence is there. All the Americans say it's a coup. I mean, yeah, the Russians say it's not a coup, but then they're the ones who did the coup. All right, so here I'm digging a hole. Oh wait, I dug a hole here. I put the stuff in there, and it's going up there. Yeah, and this is just a way of getting materials, right? Because I mean, I gotta get materials anyways for the game. Gravel! I hate gravel. Okay. So Donald Trump wants to spread the virus. And the way he wants, because that would be most harmful to the United States. The way he would spread the virus is, well, at first he denied it was even there. South Korea and the United States found out about COVID-19 on the same day. But Donald Trump, instead of taking the information and acting on the information, he took the information and ignored it. He ignored it. And he did even worse than ignored it. He put out bad information. Donald Trump put out fake information, false information, lies. Donald Trump spread lies in the face of COVID-19. And since, if you don't know, I mean, you can't really blame some people, because if their president is telling you one thing, and you want to believe the president is an honorable man. So, like, it just seems inconceivable to some people that the president would be lying. But there he was. Donald Trump was spreading misinformation and lies. And I don't know why. Maybe, well, here, let me think. Alright, so maybe because he feels that the crashing economy is going to reflect poorly upon Donald Trump and his re-election campaign. So he wants to make sure the economy is open so that he can take credit for the economy and increase his chances for a re-election. Well, that train of thought is pretty selfish. What about all the people who will die if because of this? Nope, doesn't concern Donald Trump. The number one thing for Donald Trump is his re-election campaign. Well-being of Americans doesn't even matter. It's what's good for Donald Trump. So if we'll increase the number of sick people to open the economy early, but the economy be open, Donald Trump is okay with that. He's willing to sacrifice Americans for his re-election campaign. Donald Trump. So I was on Facebook, and I was talking to a guy I knew in college. Not talking to him. I mean, I was just like, I saw one of his posts, and he was talking about the stimulus checks that were going out. Have you got your stimulus check yet? Like, and a bunch of his Facebook people that were commenting were Republicans, blaming the Democrats for the late check. Blaming the Democrats. Now, I don't really care if they blame the Democrats or not. I'm not a Democrat. They can blame whatever they want. But then they started spreading misinformation and lies about COVID-19. And they were lying about how saying Trump was like right to open the economy early. And I like flipped my shit. And I like gave them information like news articles that contradicted their lies. And of course, all they did was project and start talking about Democrats are wrong, Obama. And I'm like, there it is again. They can't fucking do anything. That's all they can talk about. That's all they can talk. So I'm like, oh, dude, you're a fucking Nazi. Oh, big Nazi talking to me. Look at this Nazi bullshit. And yeah, that's what it is, guys. Right? The people who supported Hitler, even if they were just like bookkeepers or mechanics or janitors, if you supported Hitler, I didn't care. It didn't matter what you were. You were a Nazi. You're a Nazi. You're a Nazi. If you supported Hitler, you're a Nazi. Donald Trump is a Nazi. If you support Donald Trump, you're a Nazi. And that's the thing, right? I started calling out these Nazis. I started calling them out. I was like, this is what you are. You support fucking Nazis. You're a fucking Nazi. And of course, our this guy who's the mutual friend, the connection between, I would have never seen these Nazis. It wasn't for this guy. He wants to keep the peace between his friends, right? But I'm thinking that's some bullshit. That's like a false choice. No, dude, no. If your friends are Nazis, they're not your friends. And if they are your friends, you might be a Nazi too, and you're not my friend. You cannot be tolerant of Nazis. You cannot. If people are talking Nazi bullshit, you gotta call them on it. If you're tolerant of Nazi bullshit, it makes you complicit. It makes you one of them. Fuck that. I will call it out every time. That's how we got into this mess. Because people were being too polite. They didn't want to. Their uncle, their relatives, just he just that way. No, no, get out of my house. No. Yeah, there's a time for unity. Got it. You know, I will vote for Joe Biden, right? Americans will vote for Joe Biden. But Nazis will vote for Donald Trump. And that's who we're fighting. We're not fighting Americans, we're fighting Nazis. Nazis who support Donald Trump. So yeah, Americans will vote for Joe Biden. And I hear some of these Bernie bros going like, or I don't even know if they're even real. They might even be bots. I don't think they're even real. These people saying, oh, I don't know if I can vote for Joe Biden. Yeah, I'm not saying Joe Biden's perfect, but he's not Donald Trump. And we're stuck in this two-party first past the post system. Like until we fix that, then we're stuck with Joe Biden. And how do we fix that? We do instant runoff voting like they do in Maine. But that's a whole other conversation for another time, because right now you're voting for Joe Biden or you're a Nazi. And believe me, I've seen lots of Nazis around. Shit, I don't even want to pull the guy up now. I'm gonna pull him up. Fuck that guy. Well, I'm gonna find this guy. Hold on. Do I still have it? Is it here? There it is. Oh, I didn't get a better shot. Okay, this is the best shot I got. So here, I'm gonna do this. Can I drag it? Yes. All right. Ha ha ha. Open with. For later. All right, here, fucking Nazis. I'm telling you, dude, Nazis everywhere. So I was at Winco the other day, going to the grocery store, you know, they only let so many people in. Everyone's got masks and stuff. Here's this white dude. Here's this big white dude in line. And you can't really see his shirt, but it says feminism is my second F word. Feminism is my second F word. I'm like, oh, that's pretty interesting, white guy. So we're both waiting in line, and I ask him, hey, so what's your first F word? If feminism is your second F word, what's your first F word? And he said, firearm. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. F word generally means a curse, an obscene word. So feminism, you think feminism is obscene. And you also think firearms are obscene? That's weird. I don't know. That just doesn't seem like you're telling me the truth. It seems like you're just bullshitting me. I don't know. Oh, wait. Did you say firearm to intimidate me? Are you trying to scare me? Are you a Nazi? And then so I went to take a picture of him, a better picture of him, and he wouldn't let me see his shirt anymore.
If you can find them, maybe you can hire.
Why wouldn't he let me see his shirt anymore? What's wrong, Nazi? What's wrong? Why aren't you proud of your shirt anymore, Nazi? What happened? Piece of shit. That's right. Why did he feel good enough to come out into public wearing that shirt? What was it that made him feel like, yeah, it's cool to hate on women? Where did he get that idea that it was okay to hate on women in public? Was he stupid? Was he in an environment that encouraged it? Where did it come from? You know, I guess we live in a patriarchal society where some people are dumbasses and think, oh yeah, it's great to hate on Americans. What a piece of shit. Yeah, Yeah. I think part of our problem is that we've become way too tolerant of Nazi bullshit. Way too tolerant. It should have never gotten to this point. But people are too nice. Oh, I gotta be nice to my crazy relative. No, you don't gotta be nice to your crazy relative. You gotta kick your crazy relative out of the house. Look at those zombies, dude. They're dumb. They're dumb. Here. Fuck. Wanna find... Here, let's look for other stupid fucking dumbasses. Hold on. Alright. So, over in Michigan, the Proud Boys, which is a group of Nazis, the Proud Boys are a Nazi group, and they want to spread the disease, right? Because they're Confederates, they're Nazis. What do Nazis do? They hate Americans. Nazis hate Americans. Confederates hate Americans. Right? That's what they are, dude. They fucking hate us. They hate us. Right? We are the opposite of what they are. They fucking hate Americans. Fuck those Nazis. So these Proud Boys motherfuckers, what they're doing is Michigan has this order to stay at home. Don't spread the disease. Don't spread the disease. You could have the disease and not even know it. Don't spread the disease. Stay home. Stay social isolated. But these motherfuckers are Nazis. They're like, oh no, fuck those. We want to kill Americans. So of course these Nazi motherfuckers got in a big group and organized a blockade. They blocked up the hospitals so that ambulances couldn't get in and out of the hospital to save people, right? Because they want Americans to die. Because they're fucking Nazis. Proud Boys are Nazis. Look at these motherfuckers. They're Nazis, right? What is it with these people? They're Nazis. That's what Nazis look like. America has become too tolerant of Nazis. Nazis are fucking up our country. They staged a coup. They took over the government. They're spreading a disease. They're killing thousands of Americans. They're fucking up our country. Here's a quote. Here's a story from the New York Times. An estimated 90% of the cumulative deaths in the United States from COVID-19, at least from the first wave of the epidemic, might have been prevented by putting social distancing policies into effect 2 weeks earlier on March 2nd. So currently we're looking at about 60,000 deaths. If everyone stays on lockdown for like another month, the best case is 60,000. Had we done this a week earlier, our deaths would have been around 20,000. So 40,000 dead Americans because Trump didn't believe it. 20,000 dead Americans because Trump didn't believe it. Because Trump doesn't care. Because Republicans don't care. 20,000 dead Americans because Republicans don't care. Yeah, Donald Trump, the motherfucker. I mean, we know he's a felon. We know he's a criminal. We know he's a traitor. I'm surprised no one's shot him in the head yet. Like, when we're taken over by a foreign government, you should go to war, right? Here, what else do I got? So yeah, Donald Trump, the fucking traitor Donald Trump and the Confederate Republicans. So remember, COVID-19 is spreading. It doesn't care what your race or religion is. It doesn't care what country you are in or your anything. It doesn't care. COVID-19 is gonna infect, just goes wherever. So that Captain Crozier of the aircraft carrier Roosevelt wrote a letter saying that, yo guys, this disease is gonna like wreck our aircraft carrier and get everyone on this aircraft carrier sick if we don't do something. And you guys aren't doing anything. What? I need to hear something. You know, I don't want my men to get sick here. And what happened to him is Donald Trump fired the guy. Donald Trump fired the captain trying to protect his American men. Donald Trump fired the U.S. captain protecting U.S. soldiers, U.S. seamen, U.S. sailors. Donald Trump fired the guy protecting U.S. sailors, and then he sent down his lackey named Maudley to give a speech to the ship after Donald Trump fired the American captain. Maudley bashed Crozier in the speech, at one point saying he was perhaps too naive or stupid to be a commanding officer of a ship like this. He then doubled down on a speech in a statement after the transcript leaked. The spoken words were from my heart, and I meant them for the sailors, Maudley said in a statement on Monday. I stand by every word I said, even regrettably any profanity that may have been used for emphasis. Maudley fucking hates Americans. Oh, fuck those Americans. Maudley, oh yeah, that motherfucking captain tried to save American soldiers. Fuck that guy. Oh, that American. Oh, Maudley hates Americans. Maudley, from your heart. From your heart. That hate is in your heart. You hate Americans. You and Trump together fucking hate Americans. Oh, from your heart. You hate Americans. Oh my God, you want more American soldiers to die. Those fucking Americans, you hate them. Oh yeah, I can see them from your heart. That's right, Maudley. That's right, from your heart. I can see the hate. You fucking piece of shit Nazi. Fuck you. Yeah. But you have relatives at home who are Nazis too. Oh, but you have to be polite for your relatives at home, huh? Oh, poor little Nazi. You killed 40,000 Americans, but tell me more about how much you love Trump. Fuck you. Get out of my house, you piece of shit. What else have I got? Yeah, this is like a couple days ago. Yeah, there was some guy. So you know, Donald Trump is committing a coup. Donald Trump is committing a coup. How do you commit a coup? You take all the people loyal to the United States and you purge them. And you replace them with lackeys, with incompetent assholes who will do whatever you want them to do because they're just happy to have power. So you take out competent American officials loyal to the United States, and you replace them with lackeys, incompetent lackeys loyal only to Donald Trump. That's what's been going on to the United States. That's what's been happening to us. Is our government has been hollowed out by this coup, and everyone of competence and of integrity is being replaced by a Donald lackey. And these Donald lackeys, once they do what they do is once they get into power, is they just start doing whatever Donald wants. They don't really care about the health of the agency or of their mission statement. All they do is whatever Donald commands them to do. So in this case, Donald, the lackey that Donald put in Donald fired a guy and replaced him with a lackey. And Adam Schiff was like, well, what are you trying to... And this lackey tried to reorganize the Department of National Intelligence. It's like how we fucking know about anything in the world. He wanted to reorganize that and get rid of all the good Americans and replace them with Donald lackeys. But he was only acting. He was not even a real director. He was just the acting director. He wasn't confirmed by Congress. He wasn't, anything. He's just there as a placeholder. But the guy is trying to act as if he were the full director. And with the full director, all the authority to make massive reorganization changes. That's what he's trying to do. But you can't do that because you're just a temp. Congress has neither authorized organizational changes at ODNI nor appropriated funds for that purpose. The committee is concerned, moreover, by the removal or departure of every Senate-confirmed official at ODNI, as well as other senior officials across ODNI's leadership team. President Trump did not nominate you for confirmation as permanent DNI, and it would be inappropriate for you to pursue any additional leadership, organizational, or staffing changes to ODNI during your temporary tenure. Any effort, moreover, to remove or otherwise initiate personal actions against apolitical career officers based on their perceived loyalty to the president would contravene civil service protections. Adam Schiff is saying, yo, dude, you cannot be fucking firing these Senate-confirmed people to replace them with Donald lackeys. You can't do it. We're not letting you do it, you piece of shit. Oh, man. What else? Yeah, here it is. Here's a doctor. The Michigan Proud Boys organized the blockade of the intersection at the green light outside Sparrow Hospital. The Nazis blocked the intersection of an American hospital to stop Americans from getting medical treatment. A doctor came out of the hospital to beg them to let the ambulances through. Please, Nazis, don't let these Americans die. Let them get medical treatment. That's happening within the United States of America. Nazis are stopping Americans from getting health care. These motherfuckers right here. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, here's that bullshit. Remember that drug that Donald Trump was trying to sell? Hydrochloroquine. People died taking this medication because thinking it'll save them from COVID-19 because Donald Trump told them that it would save them. Donald Trump doesn't care if an American dies because Donald Trump is a Nazi. Yep. This is another thing Donald Trump did. So the problem, like the stimulus check has been taking a long time to get here. I gotta get out of here. It's taking a long time to get here because Republicans and Democrats have different priorities. Republicans want to make sure business gets paid. Big business gets paid. And they want to make sure that Donald Trump gets a lot of money. Democrats were like, no, we don't want that to happen. We want to make sure this money goes to the people. And if you insist on bailing out these industries, then we're going to have a watchdog to watch over how you spend this money, how this money gets spent. Because none of this money is supposed to be going to Donald Trump properties. Donald Trump's like, okay. So they passed the law. All right, so now it's in effect, right? And then Donald Trump, the law's in effect. Donald Trump's like, oh, okay, great. Who's the watchdog? Okay, you're the watchdog. You're fired. You cannot watch what I do with the money now. Right? Donald Trump's a Nazi. He's an enemy of the United States. Yeah, that kind of fucked him in the ass, didn't it? Right? So the Supreme Court 5-4 decision made a law saying that, okay, so in Wisconsin, a bunch of ballots got to the people late because of COVID-19, right? It wasn't their fault. It was because the ballots got late because of COVID-19. So like people mailed them as soon as they got them, but even then it was too late. And then so the Wisconsin Supreme Court, all they had to do was extend the voting time, or not the Wisconsin, the Supreme Court. All they had to do was extend the voting time to account for COVID-19. And the Republicans of the 5-4 decision, the Republicans of the Supreme Court would not do it. They would not do it. So that forced everybody to go out and vote in the primary. Now, Republicans didn't want people voting because, well, mainly Republicans don't like democracy, so they don't really want people to vote. But I think this backfired on them, and their candidate lost. So that's a good thing. But still, Republicans are Nazis. You got to see it. Fucking hate Nazis. Yeah, and people are too tolerant. Like, they should be afraid to come out, not walking around the store with a fucking t-shirt. Oh man, there's so much shit going down. I can't believe it. Let's go here. Yeah. Alright, well this is a pirate episode. Sorry for the interruption. What happened is I overclocked my machine, hoping it could run on air cooled only. And no, it wants water cooled to be overclocked, and I can't do that. And I'm sad because it was running so much nicer, but I can't be spending thousands of dollars every year on a computer. So yeah, still taking applications for co-hosts. If you want to join me in this truth-telling and this information sharing, like, drop me a line. I'm looking for co-hosts to play Minecraft and talk about stuff. Alright, this is PoGokeRo. I think I've got the wine out for now. I'll have to get some more of that wine for the weekend. Alright guys, I will catch you next time. Hang in there, Americans. We're gonna make it, guys. We're gonna make it. I'm telling you. They're fighting so hard. Like, I'm gonna I guess have to do a recap of the story of how we got here later on. But I'm telling you, the reason why they're so hard up, so crazy for this, is because they know once they lose control, they're never getting it back, and that we'll have control of this amazing machine, this amazing country. We'll have control of this amazing country finally. We're almost there. We're almost there. Hang in there, guys. Keep fighting. Don't give up. I know it's like really hard. God, it's getting ridiculous hard. But hang in there. Alright, PoGokeRo out. Peace!